Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Betty from Switch and Click, and today is another episode of TKL Fridays, where every week we review a 10 keyless mechanical keyboard on Friday. And what that means is it just doesn't have the number pad, which is why it's called 10 keyless. Today, as you can see from the title down below, we have the Blackwidow Lite from Razer, and we have it in a special edition, not just the black or the white, but the Stormtrooper edition, where Razer partnered up with Lucasfilms and came up with this cool design for their Blackwidow Lite. So the Blackwidow Lite is different than Razer's normal Blackwidow lineup, which is designed for gaming. The Blackwidow Lite is designed for the office and portability, hence why it's called the Lite. It is very light. We weighed it and it weighs around 1 pound and 7.7 ounces, which is also 675 grams. So very light, super light, very portable. It comes with a micro USB port, a detachable braided cable here in black and white stripes or a herringbone pattern. This keyboard also comes with just the white or just the black, depending on what you choose. The Stormtrooper edition is $10 more expensive, and we got this for around $100, whereas the original Blackwidow Lite is around $90. So it comes with a braided cable. It also comes with orange O-rings, a bag full of that, and it comes with a plastic ring keycap puller to take off your keycaps and put O-rings on them if you'd like. I don't like the plastic keycap puller since it can scratch up your keycaps really easily, so I prefer the wired keycap puller. But anyways, let's move on. It has a full plastic case on the back, and other people were like, go hide your serial number, so that's what we're starting to do now. Should probably do research on why, but anyways, that's why that's there. The back is all plastic, and that's why it's so light. It has two very short kickstands that come up maybe a centimeter, and it has the 4 rubber feet so it doesn't slide when you're doing some office work. From the side, you can see that it is a very flat keyboard with no natural inclination, so I do recommend putting up the kickstands when you're working. And it comes with Razer's orange tactile switches, and they look very similar to box switches, which with the box design, it can protect the switch itself from dust and water and whatnot, food, normal office stuff, I guess chips and things like that. And it only has white backlight, so very simple for the office, nothing RGB, nothing crazy. It does connect with Razer Synapse to do macros and programming and all that jazz. When you plug it in, you get that pop-up from Razer saying, do you want to install Razer Synapse or not? The keycaps are ABS keycaps, and it is very unique because they are very thin in their height. So they're very short keycaps, as you can see, and they have a pretty normal typing angle. The keycaps themselves are made out of ABS plastic with double shot injections. Again, nothing special. It does have a floating keycap design. You can see the orange of the switches here, and the backlight comes from the back of each switch through the lighting shells. So when it's illuminated, you get the light pointing towards the back, which reflects off the board and makes it look quite cool. They are matte black keycaps. They feel fairly smooth, and I can't complain about them. They're pretty nice. The legends are nice, and the brightness and shine through is decent. One complaint is that it does have a non-standard bottom row, so that means you can't just play around with different keycaps as you like, which is unfortunate. And then they do have co-star style stabilizers beneath their big keys, and the co-star stabilizers are basically the wired ones that you see in really old style keyboards. I was a little disappointed to find that, and it's just ancient. I feel like it's very outdated. So why, Razer? Why did you do that? But they are decent stabilizers despite being a little outdated. We're going to do a quick sound test and then a real long sound test at the end of the video. So just quick stabilizer sounds. And then a quick preview of the Razer orange switches. And that's without O-rings. We'll do a comparison at the end with O-rings and see how you feel about it. I personally don't really like the O-rings on this one. It makes it a little bit quiet, but it also makes the bottom out a little bit more mushy. And with the orange O-rings, you can see the orange through the double shot legends just a tad, and that's a bit annoying. So why were they not clear O-rings? I guess they wanted to match them with the orange switches. It's fine, it works. It has 10 key rollover and anti-ghosting, so not the usual N key rollover, but 10 keys, that's plenty. It's got secondary media keys on the top function row. We have mute, volume down, volume up, previous track, next track, previous track, pause play, next track, and then you can also turn up and turn down the brightness of the white backlight with FN, F11, and F12. On the Stormtrooper edition, you get the special escape key, which looks cool, but overall, it's not too special. I just really like the Stormtrooper on the right side. If you're a big Star Wars fan, I mean, go for it, but it doesn't make it any more special than the other versions. It does have an aluminum top plate, which you can see very clearly from the contrasting white top plate right here. And this top plate, I believe, is thicker than the top plate in the Razer Huntsman TE. So this is pretty good. It has very minimal flex at all, and despite having that metal top plate, it's still very light. It is Windows compatible and pretty much compatible with everything. However, with Xbox One, it's only available for basic inputs only. So don't be gaming on your console by connecting this keyboard to it. I don't recommend that anyways. I feel like that's cheating almost. And with the switches, I feel like they're not super silent and not the best for the office use. But if you do put on the O-rings, it's a little bit more silent, and if you're a little bit far away from your coworkers, it's probably alright. It has a very modern, sleek look if you get the white or the black. This one's probably going to give you a few glances, but maybe you like that. And then if it's meant for the office and you need number entry, why would you buy a 10 keyless mechanical keyboard unless you're going to get yourself a separate mechanical number pad for the left side of your keyboard and make it more productive? I'm going to link you a video here to our mechanical numpad review of the Keyson 21 key number pad. Could think about it. Okay, so the orange Razer switches are very similar to Cherry Brown, sort of. They have 4mm total travel distance, 1mm actuation distance, and 45 grams of force. They're tactile, they're not clicky, and they're fairly silent compared to Razer Greens and those other clicky switches. The stabilizers are alright. I actually really like them. They don't rattle at all. These are fairly tactile. It has a soft bump, but as you're typing, you can really feel exactly where that bump is at. There are better keyboards at this price. I think Razer did a great job with their marketing, and Razer does that really well with all of their keyboards actually. But for the office, there are better keyboards at this price, and I like the Cherry MX Brown switches over the Razer Orange switches. But that's all opinion, and that's all personal preference. Personally, I would recommend the Durgod Taurus K320 TKL with Cherry Brown switches. link to a review right here, or the HyperX Alloy Origins core with Aqua switches if you're feeling that tactility and all that. Link to that right here as well. Those are just better options personally. The Durgad's got better typing feel, and the HyperX has got the standard layout and the USB-C detachable cable and all that jazz. Full aluminum case, same price point, so it's just preference. And by the way, this has a micro USB connector on the top right side. So if that's a problem for you, then think about that. But other than that, it's time for the typing test. We'll do one without O-rings and then one with O-rings, and then you guys can decide which ones you like more. Leave a comment down below. Would you take this keyboard into your office? Think about it. I personally would not, but I just work in a kind of setting where that's sort of weird, and I don't do too much typing at work. Anyways, I think it's super cool. It's a cool keyboard. Razer did innovate a little bit with this one. I like their short keycaps. I don't like a lot of things about this keyboard though, and I probably will not be keeping it in the long run, but it's not bad if it's what you want. And for all those of you who are gaming, you can use this for gaming. You can use any mechanical keyboard for gaming. Tactile switches work fine for gaming, no problem at all. And you can use Razer Synapse to create macros and program it and whatnot. So TGIF. Every Friday we do this moment where I share something that I'm super proud of that happened this past week, and you share something that you're super proud of that happened this week. So this week I finally got to modding my Keychron K6, put in some Band-Aid mod on the PCB, lubed and clipped the stabilizers, changed the switches out to my Halo Clears, and then changed up the keycaps as well. And now they're sounding fairly nice. I also put foam in the case, and I'll be coming out with a sound test of that in the next month or so. I'm not sure. Things are scheduled out so far now for our big move, and I lose track of which video is going to publish on which day. But anyways, what's something that you're super proud of, keyboard related or not, it doesn't matter. Feel free to share down below. And I'm going to link you guys to our mechanical keyboard ASMR playlist here with no talking from me, just keyboard sounds, and then all the other videos in our TKL Friday series here. And subscribe here if you want to. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.